Hi everyone, my name is Lonze Basojabak and I will be doing my presentation on online learning. Let's try this. Okay. So title is Alternative Methods of Learning, Keeping Students Interested Through Understanding of Multiple Intelligences for Online and Hybrid Learning. And I will expand more on that later. So my main issue that I brought up was the fact that so many students are dropping out of online classes, and a lot of times it doesn't make sense to them, it's too hard. And I think at this point it's really imperative that we make a new solution to this, because everyone's been trying other methods like trying to do tutoring and other things, but if the course itself doesn't make sense for the student, I don't think tutoring will really help. So I was watching a TED Talk, and I think her name is Daphne Kohler. I'm not sure if I said it right. She's a speaker, and she talked about Coursera, a class online that's free that I've taken actually before. It's offered at Stanford University of Pennsylvania, and in one of the classes there were actually over 100,000 students, and it would actually take the professor over 250 years to teach that class. So it kind of gives you an idea of how big these online hybrid classes can be. So with those numbers, keep that in mind. Online learning has really reshaped the learning world, but the problem now is everyone learns differently, and I think we've recently discovered that everyone has different capability in learning, so we have to really focus on how people learn instead of just what's being taught. My personal experience is, I've taken online classes before. Being in high school, it's really easier for me to be in online hybrid classes. It's just the way how I learn. But I've had great professors, and so far I haven't had a problem with my teachers at all whatsoever. I really enjoy being in online classes, but sometimes there's issues for other people, and even me sometimes. Once in a while you'll get a course that doesn't work online, or somehow the information just is going through, or something's not happening right. So you always get that, but the current situation in online learning is, again, students just really, especially at the community college level where I'm at, it's just really bad, because I see older people who are trying to get this assignment done, and they just don't want to do it anymore, and they want to drop the class, and it's like a waste of how much money they ever paid, and they're really expensive per unit, so it doesn't make sense, and people don't feel motivated. But the problem is, online classes don't teach for people's learning style, so if we can successfully utilize and figure out how people learn, it'd be much better. And that's what I was thinking about with Howard Gardner's idea, and work around students' needs. So again, the multiple intelligences by Howard Gardner, who was a Harvard University professor, created the idea that, or assumed the idea that people learn in different ways: linguistic, visual, and I'll go into more detail about that. But the fact that he's saying that in this quote that students in classes who learn linguistically can do better in just simple lecture classes, because that's how they learn. But the students who are visual or performance or auditory, it's harder for them to learn because that's not how their mind is wired. So it's really important that hybrid learning takes advantage of this, because hybrid is in class and online. In the online section, the student can work on their own using the website that, or as I go into more detail, the tools online that have already been catered to their learning style, while the teacher provides to be as the motivator. So the multiple intelligence are basically visual, spatial, bodily, kinesthetic, musical, interpersonal, linguistic, and logical, mathematical. And the reason why they're called multiple intelligence is that you don't have to possess only one of them. You can possess all seven, you could possess 3, 4, it's just how you learn. And the Community College Research Center states that a lot of students who take online classes tend to be dropping out way more than students who take traditional classes. And it's shown here in the dropout behavior and environmental factors. And a lot of things are looped into this. And a study done by Mississippi State University says, there's a lot of motivational support factors, but there's not just one we can target it on. But if we focus more on how the student learns, they can feel more accomplished in what they've done. So they feel like they're actually doing something, and that provides that, I can keep doing this type of mentality. So the idea that I thought we could implement is, why not reform online learning to cater to students' needs? We've always talked about students conforming to the teacher. Why not have the online class conform to the student? And we have to find new methods of teaching material that works for the student, not just for the teacher or just the course itself, because the student is the one that has to intake the information. So the multiple intelligence theory that I keep bringing up is really important, because again, And that one stat that shows 100,000 students taking a course, almost from all the students, there are going to be 5,040 different combinations of the 7 learning styles. Now, with that, I don't think a professor can cover 5,040 different learning styles, which is why the online part of hybrid is so important, because the hybrid part of the class can probably help reduce the amount of dropouts from 15 to 25% and provide ways to motivate the student. So with that, my idea was that the students would take an online or hybrid class, hopefully hybrid. The student logs on, if let's take their math class. On that math class, the student will take a series of diagnostic tests. The computer will then realize that the student will learn in these ways and methods. So if a student was more visual in this math class, from the program will find the section, or there's like per 7 different learning styles. Under that, for that class, there's going to be different ways that student's going to learn. So if they're visual, it'll be a lot of video, a lot of a visual auditory, there'll be a lot of video, a lot of lectures that the student can hear. And from there, the student can pick up the work. So then the student not only is learning, but learning how they use their mind, and it won't be as confusing and boring to them. Here's just a model of how the student is. Every student can have all or none of these. Well, actually not none. They would have at least one of them. But the problem is that there's a lot of challenges. Obviously, it's really expensive. It's a new project. It's really complicated at first because the computer has to figure it out. But at the same time, it's not like it's impossible, because at the same time, this will use student participation for a lot of things. The student really is shaping the class, and it opens new gates for a learning so that students are constantly engaged. And this is really important to me because I see students in my class who have no idea what's happening. I've been the student who has no idea what's happening in class before, and it's not a fun feeling. So I feel like if this method works, it's going to be able to help all students. And again, the computer can check how the student does the work. And it's not like this hasn't been done before, because Anna Kamency says in her book that there's a OLI computer that can check the students' work anyway. So. And again, even Anna Kamency says, the face-to-face experience, like the live concert experience, remains valuable as one item on an expanding menu. At its best, research is showing hybrid learning beats both online and only classroom approaches. So it's not like it's never going to happen. It's just the fact that we have to improve the online part of online learning. So again, she talks about how online education is really important, how broad it is, and how effective it could be. So if things really do improve, students can learn so much quicker and have so much more fun in class, and will have a reduced in dropout rates. So this is really quick of some of what I've been talking about, but please read my proposal. It will make way more sense from there, and I really thank you for your time. So again, this is my proposal. We just need these 3 different ideas. So online, flexibility, computer technology, and motivate students online. And there we go. Thank you.